Will you ever forgive yourself if you let the woman you love slip out of your life forever? I'm Brad Browning, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to explain how a naturally occurring hormone inside your ex-girlfriend's mind gives you a foolproof way to make her fall deeply in love with you again, even if she completely ignores you now and swore in her life that she'd never get back together with you. Once you learn how easy it is to flood her brain with this intoxicating attraction hormone, you'll be able to rewire her feelings and reignite her passion for you. You'll also be able to create a sense of desire so powerful and uncontrollable that it'll send waves of infatuation coursing through her body. She'll be compelled to call you, text you nonstop, and beg to be with you again, thinking it was her idea in the first place. If you accept her apologies and agree to give her another shot, it'll be a matter of minutes before she's back in your bed, ready to commit like she never was before. And this time, you and your girlfriend can get it right from the beginning. This time you can finally feel like a real couple, without the fighting and jealousy that plagued your old relationship. You can build a deep, devoted bond with this girl and make sure this is the last breakup you'll ever have to endure. This might sound impossible to you right now, but I promise that if you follow my advice and do exactly as I say, you'll be amazed at how quickly she becomes obsessed with the idea of being with you again. She'll be fantasizing about being wrapped tightly inside your arms, and she'll be whispering in your ear those words you thought she'd never say again. I miss you, I need you, I can't live without you. Now I have to warn you, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply what I'm about to teach you. And the sooner you apply my techniques, the better. So pay close attention to this presentation because this might be the most important 10 minutes of your life. As I said earlier, a single naturally occurring hormone is the key to reversing your breakup and making your girlfriend fall head over heels in love with you again. Maybe you've already heard of this hormone before. It's called oxytocin. Oxytocin is the chemical trigger responsible for physical and romantic attraction. It's a biological mechanism that occurs subconsciously in every woman's mind, generating feelings of sexual arousal, emotional bonding, and a desire for romantic commitment. And once you learn how to use just 3 simple techniques to release this hormone, here's what's going to happen. She's going to start dreaming about you all day long, wondering when you're going to call or text her next. She'll find herself wanting you and craving your touch. And the next time she goes on a date with that other guy, the only thing she'll be thinking of is you. She'll be completely powerless to resist these feelings, and she'll fall back in love with you, genuinely convinced that breaking up was the biggest mistake of her life. But before I explain how to use these 3 simple techniques, I need to tell you something about your breakup that you might hate me for. Whether you saw it coming for months or it came out of left field, the final moments of your relationship went something like this. "This isn't working," she said quietly. "I don't want to be with you anymore." It was like a punch to the gut, creating an overwhelming sense of anxiety you could barely control. With just one sentence, your world came crashing down on top of you. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but that cold, determined look in her eye confirmed that this was real. She really was breaking up with you. It was over. No matter how much you begged, no matter how much you pleaded, or how much you apologized and promised you'd change, it made no difference, aside from making you look pathetic. It was like banging your head against a wall. And what made it even worse was she was lying to you. When she said stuff like, "I just need some time alone," or "I'm just not ready for a relationship right now," it was obvious that these were just bullshit excuses to hide the real reason she wanted to break up. And in the weeks that followed, you spent nights lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering what you could have done or said differently. You probably sent her long, rambling emails and text messages. You waited hours staring at your cell phone, praying it would eventually vibrate with the arrival of a text message or phone call from your ex. The thought of her with another man made your stomach instantly tighten up into a lead ball. No matter how hard you tried to push that horrifying image of her naked with another guy out of your mind, it haunted you day and night. At this point, like every other guy in your situation, you probably can't stop wondering, what the hell happened? What did I do wrong to make her fall out of love with me? And what can I do to get her to come back to me? Well, it's simple really. You need to use the 3 simple psychological techniques I mentioned earlier to stimulate your ex's brain into secreting oxytocin. Oxytocin is the love hormone, and it's what creates all the incredibly powerful emotions that you feel when you're madly in love. When you and your girlfriend were still in that magical phase early in your relationship, when you spent day and night together, barely able to keep your hands off one another for 5 minutes, oxytocin was the trigger that caused those feelings. The more oxytocin the brain produces, the stronger these feelings become. When a woman's brain is pumping out oxytocin at a mile a minute, no amount of willpower or self-restraint can keep these incredibly powerful emotions from overwhelming her. Scientists have known for years that when it comes to love and sexual attraction, humans are slaves to our biochemistry. How does this help you? Well, everything you've been doing so far, the love notes, the flowers you sent her, the countless texts apologizing, all of that was speaking to the rational side of your ex's brain, the brain's left side. But no amount of logic or rational reasoning is going to compel your ex to be attracted to you again. What you actually need to do is engage with the emotional center of her brain, the right side of her brain, because this is where the emotional control center is located. And this is the half of the brain that will go into overdrive when oxytocin is pulsing through her entire body. And once you've tapped into the right side of her brain, you'll be able to tap into her primal instincts, fire up her sex drive, and mold the image of you that she has in the back of her mind. Use my 3-step system and have your ex's emotions going crazy. Everything else is literally beyond her control. It doesn't matter what she knows is the right thing to do, and it doesn't matter what her friends and family are saying to her. She'll be helplessly and uncontrollably attracted to you, and only you.